We are looking at a very, very lucky sheep. It was only last Monday he came to us, and he had 40 kilos of wool and urine and sticks and twigs and bugs and heaven knows what else was stuck in that fleece.
Hang on, too fast.
It was just absolutely heartbreaking. When we got the call about him, it was a dear wildlife carer, was called out as a first responder, and she actually was lamenting on the phone, whether it may even be kinder to let him go. He was in such a pitiful state, but she wanted to give him a chance, and so did we. So we raced to the scene, and then when I saw him lying on the ground, he could not even lift his head up. I was at two minds. Is it kinder to let him go? And then I just looked at his eye, and I saw terror in his eye, but I also saw life, and that was enough. And then we got him on the stretcher and got him into the van and got him back to the sanctuary.
40 kilos of fleece. How long must he have not been shorn for?
I'd say about 6 years or so, at least. He has possibly, never even been shorn from a lamb. It's an incredible amount of wool that you see, or that was on him, and it was so matted. It had actually gone like felt. I courageously tried to get it off that evening, and I couldn't even make a dent in it. And we're very lucky that we got onto our local shearer who's helped us out before, John Tully, who sent us on to another lady, Holly, who was in Kilmore, and she came out that night, and midnight was beckoning, and she just worked, for over an hour to get it off him. And it was critical, because if we hadn't have got it off him that night, I actually don't think he would have made it through the night.
That's so lucky that you found him when you did.
Absolutely. I honestly don't think he would have made it through the night. I had to get a drip into him, and I had even trouble parting his fleece to find anywhere to get the fluids into him. But I actually rode back to the sanctuary with him, and we were sort of part way back, and he just shot his head up and he looked at me in the eye, and I thought, "You're going to make it, buddy, you're going to make it."
We're good.
Oh, and there's a leg at the front.
So he was on Mount Alexander, which is just a bit of a nature reserve there. So he's obviously been a flock sheep at some time, because he has his tail docked and he has been castrated. And there is a hole where he has had an ear tag, but that's long been pushed out, possibly by the fleece. Nicked off as a little lamb, somehow got lost and then just wandered off and never found his way back home. But luckily he did find the one thing that was going to save him, and that's human kindness. A human has come upon these animals serendipitously and realised what they chose to do next would determine whether that animal lived or died. Now, they could have walked away and no one would have been the wiser, but they were prepared to take the inconvenience and all the disruption to their life to ensure that that animal had the opportunity to live. He will stay with us just because he could have ongoing needs. We don't know what health issues he's suffered. He hasn't had good health or nutrition during that period of time, so we really need to make sure he gets back on his feet. And hey, he may repay the kindness to the next sheep that comes in.